Yo, what is up, everybody? Aggro here, bringing you a new series I like to call Armor with Aggro. What this series is gonna be is here. Let's get a random battle to view. Oh, look at that! It's one of the mons we're gonna be talking about today, Keldeo. We're gonna look at setup. Aggro's armor with aggro, whatever I'm gonna call this. Yeah, okay, we're gonna leave this. Is going to be talking about setup mons and different versions of setup. How do you deal with setup and what to do? How does the what mindset comes in that you need to take to handle certain setup situations? Today we're going to be looking at Calm Mind setup mons. Typically, Calm Mind setup mons are very bulky or very fast with high base HP. They rely on the Calm Mind boosts to keep them safe, using that defensive boost, and probably relying on a natural physical bulk to protect themselves. Now let's take a look at a couple of threats. You've got Calm Mind Keldeo. The substitute will protect it from taunts if it gets them up beforehand, toxics, T-waves, general shit it doesn't want to deal with, and it'll also protect it from checks. What's a check? A check is an answer that you can have to a setup mon. A check is like your one-off. It works. It can take one hit from the setup mon, guaranteed, and then it's done. A counter is a full stop. Nothing they do about the counter can save them from the counter. Keep your counter alive if you have it against one of these. Do not let it fall, because I doubt you have a check if you're carrying a counter. Now, the coverage from Keldeo lets it survive relatively well and kill most things that would stop it. Like, hey, you're a Ferrothorn. Well, you can take my water moves, but you can't take my fighting move. Now, a lot of things can actually handle Calm Mind Keldeo. But the point is, Keldeo has coverage, but not a lot. Keldeo could run HP Electric, cover water types that want to block it. Or it could go run HP Flying so it could stop Venusaurs trying to block it. But it can't do both, is the point. And you have to predict what your opponent is carrying. Look at his team structure. If he's carrying a mon that can handle Venusaur like a Psychic user, then he's probably carrying Electric to handle a water type, isn't he? Just saying. That's the mentality you need to get when you see a setup mon. What is he carrying on his team that covers the setup mon's ass? That, according to that, will directly correlate to what coverage he's carrying with him. Mega Slowbro, for example. Mega Slowbro, this is the Mega Slowbro set that can't be statused. But it can be statused, is the point. People get this mentality when they run into a rest talk mon that they give up trying to status it. Like the first time they status it and he rests, and oh no, I can't status him. You can. Rest works on a timer. Use that. That's predictability. Predictability is everything in competitive. If he's going for rest, it means he has to wait 2 turns before he can actually pick what move he wants. He has to rely on sleep talk. Use that. Time your attacks. Chip away his health while he's asleep, and when he wakes up, toxic him again, or burn him again, paralyze him again, hit him, hit him, hit him. Rely on that predictability. Use that. If he's low health, by the time he wakes up, he's gonna click rest again as soon as he wakes up. Use that. Time your switches. Time your moves. It works. Rest isn't the end of the world. A rest talk mon is not the end of the world. That gives you time. That gives you time to get a Roarer out, or a Dragon Tail user, or something. It's not the end of the world. Never give up. Always. Everything has a weakness. Every piece of armor has a point where it can break. Find it. Mega Sableye. Calm Mind Will-O-Wisp. Magic Bounce. One of the deadliest combos in the game. It's got Recover, giving it reliable recovery. Can't be statused, can't be taunted, can't be Encored. And I don't say this like Rest. It can't. Unless you're carrying a Synchronized Mon, this thing can't be status. It has Magic Bounce. It'll throw everything right back at you. You gotta be aware of that. Be aware, because these things will time their Mega Evolutions. They'll hold off on their Mega Evolution because they want to keep their Prankster, but they'll time it, and they'll Mega Evolve right as you throw a status at them and throw it right back at you. So that's another layer of predictability. Does he need to keep his Prankster Recover? That means he won't Mega yet. Watch out. Prankster Recover is one of the biggest things about regular Sableye. And it's probably the biggest downside that Mega Sableye got, is that it doesn't get Prankster Recover. It means you have to switch up your entire style of using Recover. Typically, you could take all the hits in the world as Sableye, be down at like 12 HP, and it's like, nah, I'm going to go first and go for Recover. No, now that you're so slow and you don't have Prankster, you've got to predict if you're going to live this hit and time your recovers. Now, that you know what that does? That gives predictability back over to your opponent. Now, when I knock his health into the like 60 range with a 40 power move, he knows that if I hit him again, I'm going to go first and hit him again for 40. He'll be down at 20. He's got to recover. I can time that and go for a setup move, and then bop him for 80. And now he can't recover on me. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. To break Mega Sableye, it's very, very simple. Get around the Will-O-Wisp and hit him hard. The easiest way to get around Will-O-Wisp, carry a setup move, Lumberry, sub, all those. Fire Pokemon, all those things. A Darmanitan, Banded Darmanitan, bops this thing. Fairy type moves, bop this thing. Focus on its super effectiveness. Sableye, I don't know if any of you know this, Sableye and Spiritomb, the Ghost Dark Pokemon, didn't have any weaknesses before Fairy types came along. So think about that. Mega Sableye, with its defenses and no weaknesses. Sounds like a monster, right? That's why Fairy moves exist. For monsters like that. Use it. Coverage, I cannot state how important coverage is. Now let's look at some counters and checks. This Jellicent is a full counter to Keldeo. Keldeo, this puts a giant tentacle jelly monster thing right in his face with a middle finger up, just saying, fuck you. No. And it has Taunt. It's got Taunt, it's got Scald, Recover, Nightshade. You can run Will-O-Wisp over Scald. Like I said, keep the statuses coming. It forces them to rest. And when they rest, take a look at Mega Slowbro's health here with me, will you? That's less than 400. Every single Nightshade you do is going to do at least 25% damage. Now, rest goes for 2 turns. You hit him. He's down at 50. He's been sleep talking this whole time. Oh, except he isn't because he's taunted. So he got that rest off, but then you taunted him. And now, when he wakes up, he'll Psyshock you or something, or Scald you and give you health. I don't know. Or he'll try to rest again. You Nightshade him again. He's taunted still. 3rd turn, his taunt wears off. He's at 25%. He's got to click rest. Too late. Nightshade killed. And that's why. It's a full stop to Mega Bro. Now, Mega Sableye obviously kind of takes a shit on your day because you can't taunt it. And, Nightshade still does a lot. Nightshade can still 3-hit KO this thing. If you're not running. No, it still can't. It's still a 4-hit KO, but it's really... It threatens them out. It threatens them to recover a lot, so you can spam this on them. You can spam Nightshade on them. Won't do you much good. They'll just bop you eventually with a Dark Pulse. So I wouldn't recommend carrying Jellicent if you're trying to deal with Mega Sableye. There's Clefable, though. Clefable gets Calm Mind and Unaware. Unaware ignores stat boosts. I cannot stress how good Unaware is. It's an underappreciated ability. Severely underappreciated. You would be ignoring their stat boosts while applying your own. Meaning, it's like they didn't even get those combines up. And then you've got that Stab Moonblast. Stab Moonblast with no boosts for the Sableye to protect itself with, you'll run through that thing. You'll run through Mega Slowbro. You'll run through Keldeo. And then, Staying Power. It's got Staying Power. This thing can keep going after it's killed their mons. That Jellicent set I showed you isn't going to be much good against anything else besides the mons that we just listed. It'll block those and then not do much else for your team. This, though, with its stored power and soft boiled, will give you that bulky sweeper to counter them after you've taken out their bulky sweeper. And then here's my custom set. Here you've got a Gardevoir with Imprison and Calm Mind. Now, this is one set. You can block them from setting up and then Hyper Voice them. You can just slam them with damage. Now, if they've already gotten the boosts up and you're gonna use it like that, I wouldn't recommend this. I'd recommend Psych Up Encore. Encore the Keldeo for the Keldeo and the Mega Bro. Psych Up for the Mega Sableye. Why? Psych Up. I'm faster than you. I will copy your unholy amount of stat boosts, and now I will have those same stat boosts. So we're on an even playing field again. And a Mega Gardevoir with a Stab, Pixelate Hyper Voice that's super effective on a Sableye on an even playing field will easily do 75 to 88% damage. There's no way it can handle you. So, the mentality that you have to have about certain mons is bulky sweepers will protect themselves from status, protect themselves from taunts, but they won't protect themselves from hits. They're going to rely on their bulk to deal with that. That's where they fail. That's their weakness. Nothing is invincible. Nothing is safe from a good hit. Use that. Look, you've got Destiny Bond on this. If you can time a Destiny Bond right, who cares if you lost your Gardevoir? You took out your sweep. You've saved your team. Now, and bulky setup mons are predictable. Setup mons in general, if you can predict them, you've taken away their edge. A big thing for setup mons is surprise factor. Take away their surprise factor, you make it predictable. Predictability gets you killed. That's it. Flat and simple. I've been the Aggro. This has been the first installment of Armor with Aggro. I'll see you all next time.